Lisa with OESD, and today I have a special guest with me. I have Jason from OESD and our digitizing department.
That's right.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's so exciting actually to have you here because many of our customers might remember your voice because you got your start at OESD in the customer service department.
I did. 4 years.
4 years. That's great. Well, I'm so excited to have you here and introduce the designs and maybe a little bit, we can get a little bit behind the scenes knowledge.
Sure. Digitize a few of them.
That's great.
So.
All right. Should we just start right off?
Let's go.
We're going to start off with our freestanding buildable doilies, which I have right over here. And I love this. They're done in different pieces, and then you can put them together using a tack stitch where there's little tabs. See these tabs right here? So if you put them together, you just do a little zigzag stitch. You minimize the length so that you just have the zigzag.
Yep.
And you sew, so you know.
I do so, yes.
Yeah, you know
that was
what I'm
my
talking
first
about.
question is how do you put them together? But the little tabs make it super easy.
Yeah.
So.
And they're customizable. For this one, for example, green and white, you don't have to do the same, thank you. You don't have to do the same colorway that we offer.
Please change your thread color.
Yep.
Live a little.
Yep. So I have a bunch of them in pieces. I should have just brought the tray over.
Should've.
So if you wanted something like different colors, like if pink isn't your jam, wouldn't this be pretty in like creams and whites for a wedding?
Yes.
So really fun tablescape that you could do. Here are the medallions. So this is just showing how you would put them together.
White medallions.
Then you get your little connecting pieces and you can put them together however you want to do it. Here's some in the lavender and purpley colors.
It's good. I like this one.
Isn't that pretty?
It's got a good sound too.
It does have a good sound.
Okay.
So those are our freestanding buildable flower doilies. Okay. All right, our next one is our Books Make Me Happy by Cynthia Frenetti. These are super, super fun.
Very awesome, especially the book lover in the house, my daughter.
And how many designs do we have in this one?
8.
8. So they can be done either on fabric or...
My favorite, patch. You can make a patch out of these, super easy.
I like my books spicy and my coffee icy. I think I like my books spicy and my coffee hot as well.
Yeah, I'm not a cold coffee.
I'm not a cold coffee person either. I'd rather be reading. I like my books extra spicy.
Yep.
Just one more chapter.
That is totally my daughter.
Is that your daughter?
She's a book reader.
I love it. Treat your shelf. That's funny. Go away, I'm reading.
My favorite.
Cynthia Frenetti just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, these are awesome.
And Books Make Me Happy.
So, yep, standalones for the patch. Super easy to make.
Yeah, you could attach that to a backpack. You could attach it to a tote bag. One of our colleagues was talking about, like, it would be great for a library book. You just get your tote bag, cover them in all those patches, and head off to the library. So, super fun.
Book satchel, yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that is the Cynthia Frenetti's Books Make Me Happy. So next we have, really excited about this one too, we have Shimmering Blossoms by Laurel Birch.
Yes, these are very nice.
And that is vinyl, which I was going to talk about here in just a moment. The Lux Sparkle vinyl that we love. There are 8 in this collection.
And these are really nice.
They're so
cool.
pretty.
Yes.
And what gives it that sort of shimmery look is our Lux Sparkle vinyl. I'm going to get out right here. I have a tube of it because I wanted to show.
And we have 14 colors of this.
We do have 14 colors of this.
I know.
So you get quite a bit on a roll. But what's really fun is, depending on, here's a purple one right here.
Yep.
Depending on what you do with it, you can either get sort of a softer effect like that, or if you wanted to use it for applique, you could really have a more vibrant look with not having thread on it. But I just, look what I'm doing. I'm doing this. Is there any glitter on my hands?
There's not.
No glitter on my hands. None. And that's what I really like about this. Plus, guess what else I can do? When I made this quilt, I put it on. So I can actually throw this quilt in the wash and the dryer.
Yes.
And have no problems with the
Washable
Lux
and you can iron it.
Sparkle vinyl. I can totally iron it because it's not going to fuse to my iron.
That's correct.
Good point.
Yep. And, you know, speaking of like the design, so the loose fill will kind of change the color of it also.
Yes,
So
it just
it's
gives
pretty
it,
nice.
it gives it a nice look.
Definitely.
I love that. And then what I also really liked about this when I was stitching it out is you notice that we have 2 rows of satin stitches at the end.
2 covers.
Yeah, it just really, if I had any mistake when I was trimming it or cutting it in place, which is how I did this
Right.
particular one, is I did a trim in place applique. So when I was stitching or cutting it out, in case I made a mistake, you would never know on my trimming because I have these 2 rows.
The double outline. It's
Yep.
good. Yep.
So it totally, that's quality work you guys do over in that department.
We try.
Next we have our, the newest tiling scene. We have a new Thomas Kinkade tiling scene, The Sea of Tranquility.
Ta-da.
Ta-da!
This is really
We got to
awesome.
make room for this one.
Yep.
How beautiful. So it does take a little bit of a long time to stitch out. And my question to you is, why don't I stitch out, like, say, all one color at one time? Or like, you
Okay.
know, how do you get the drama?
So that's based on, you'll have multiple color changes, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to do all your colors at one time because that would take away the depth that you see when you're looking at this tiling scene. Okay, so what gives it its texture, you know, the depth that you see in the clouds is all based on shading.
Yeah.
If you stitched all the colors at one time, it would come out very flat and bland.
Yes,
So-
and I wouldn't want a flat or
No.
bland. No,
So-
it really is stunning. I
It is.
mean, the details of the water hitting the rocks.
Little waves.
I know the
So
little
it's good.
waves. That's just excellent. The lights on in the buildings, the lighthouse.
Brian is
So-
phenomenal.
He is. It's
Brian
Brian.
is, yep.
He did a great job. In fact, if you bring that frame over, one of our colleagues, well, Rachel, she went ahead and she just stitched out this one block and framed it. Isn't that neat? So you could
Very
do like
awesome.
you could do a whole tablescape. Or if you don't want to do the whole thing, you could just do the parts that
Yes,
make you
I
happy
see a lot
or
of
bring
people
you
that
joy.
do 4.
Yeah.
A lot of times 4 tiles are a good choice.
Yeah.
Maybe 8.
Then you'd make it into a pillow.
Yeah. Don't change the colors on this one though.
Don't change the colors on this one. This is not customizable.
That's correct. And this will have a thread kit.
Yes, there is a thread kit.
That's right.
So you got to get the thread kit. Then
Definitely.
you'll have all the threads to make it.
Super easy.
Yeah,
Definitely worth the time and investment.
it really is. I love it. So this is Thomas Kinkade,
Kinkade.
Sea of Tranquility. All right, the next one that we have is our jumbo design, Jumbo Butterfly.
This is a good one.
I like this because it's got the thicker lines that give it almost like a stained glass look. Really, really pretty. And I noticed that the stitches here are kind of the way that it's stitched out. You can really see the color of the fabric underneath.
That's right. It's a little more loose, so that gives you the fabric underneath, and I bet you have some.
I do have a show and
So
tell.
let's look.
So,
But that also helps change the color a little bit.
yeah,
So-
right? So this is stitched out on the blue, and it gives it just a little bit of a different feel than
different
on the
variation
white.
for sure.
So whatever fabric you might choose for underneath, you'll get a different look.
That's right. And don't be afraid to change your thread color.
Are you offended if people change their thread color or
Absolutely
something
not.
like this?
Go for it. You should.
So
Express
you're
your
giving
artistic. Yes, I give permission.
You give permission.
Express your artistic ability. Go for it.
Yeah.
You should.
Make it your
It's fun.
own.
But there's also a lot of things I like to keep
Yeah.
to the book.
All
Okay.
right. Then next we have,
This one's awesome. This is a rock star.
it is a rock star. It is so much fun. So we have our 8 designs in our Winnie the Pooh quilting collection, and that's Quilting by Embroidery. I'm so excited about it. I love Winnie the
I'm
Pooh.
telling you, fabulous. This is
So
amazing.
cool.
Okay. Here are
All
these.
right.
So, go
You
for
got
it.
it. You got to show
for it.
these.
Okay.
These are just so much fun.
They are. So, obviously, Pooh playing.
Yep.
It's one of my favorites.
The
Piglet.
honey pot. I think that's one of the iconic looks of Winnie
Definitely.
the Pooh right there. How cute. So much fun.
This is probably my second favorite of the collection.
Your second favorite
My second
one?
favorite, yep. I
With
have
the
one.
piglet running with the
That's
balloon?
correct.
Oh, how fun. Smelling the flowers with the scarf. I think the scarf is pretty iconic too.
Probably the most iconic one.
Yes. Although, I don't know, they might
I don't know,
all be
this-
iconic.
Yes, they are. They're super
This-
great.
Christopher Robin
Okay.
with Pooh. And then, of course, Eeyore.
So
What do we
Eeyore
got?
on a handstand,
Great.
rocking it. Okay. And I have an example.
You have a sample.
I do.
Yay.
Yes. Okay.
This is awesome.
Let's start here.
This is a diaper changing mat that our colleague Rachel made. And you can see right there, you can see Pooh at the top. And then
Sorry.
you said your second favorite one?
My second favorite.
And I love that Rachel went ahead and she just connected the kite string or the balloon string. So it went all the way through.
Yeah, and all these are set up so you can motif them. You can just run them all the way down if you wanted to.
Easy for edge to edge.
Super easy.
And we have Piglet twice, and then we have
Pooh.
Pooh in the honey pot. Here we go right there.
This one looks really good on here too. So.
It does. Isn't it great? Would make such a nice quilt or this baby changing mat. I love that. Just
Super easy to do.
super easy. Next up we have, I'm so excited for this. This is our beer mug rugs.
Yes.
By
Beer mug
Cynthia
rug.
Fernetti.
Okay.
And I'm excited
My
because
tray.
I know you, this is yours.
I digitized this myself, so it's good. Yeah, it's fun.
You're
So,
like, yeah, I did it.
so we have these four. This would be the
I
mug
love
rug
them.
portion.
Yeah, that's what I do. I drink and I know things, beer.
And these are also done standalone so that you can put them on other items if you would like. So you don't have to use it just for a mug rug.
That's
You can
great.
use it for,
Today's Good Mood sponsored by beer.
it's my favorite one.
Yeah,
Oops, sorry.
I love that. And you have
I do.
you
I
have a beer mug
stein
right
that'll
there.
fit on there
Beer stein.
perfectly.
It will.
And then I also have an example
It's a
of
little
what it
empty,
looks
though.
like. I know, it's working hours. I have an example of what you could just put this on, like, hanging outside
There
at the grill.
you go. I love it.
Rocking it.
You are ready for the summer.
Let's do it. I am ready for the summer. So these are all good. These are also envelope style mug rug. So they're all digitized a certain way. So
Yeah.
everyone has trapped fabric in that presser foot. So these
When
are good.
it's coming down and then it
That's
gets
correct.
stuck right there, I know exactly where you're talking about. You are talking about
This
right
back.
here, this
That's
back
correct.
part, and it gets stuck like that, and then there's a little swearing that could happen,
Very much so. And a lot of seam ripping. So
and a lot of seam ripping. But what did you do?
well, we digitize these in a way that these will not catch. So you should be able to stitch this out just fine without any issues. So I know because I caught a few. So that's
Wonderful. So that is our beer mug rugs by Cynthia Fernetti. Next, we have Flutterbys Quilting
Buys,
by
yeah.
Laurel Birch. And this is a really fun butterfly Quilting by Embroidery design collection. We have a simple butterfly there. It definitely has that like Laurel Birch
Definitely Laurel Birch.
feel, doesn't it?
it does.
I
These are
love
cool.
them. And I love butterflies.
It's all about the style that she does. So
It is her style with the sort of with the lines here and the circles.
the wave in the circle. That's what I was thinking. Circle.
Right.
So it's very Laurel
you
Birch.
can feel her aesthetic, the triangles on this bigger butterfly.
Yes.
I really liked it. So what I did was on this one right here.
And you used our vinyl. Nice.
I did use our vinyl on this other collection.
That's correct.
And then I used I just threw on different quilting designs, and I was having so much fun doing the quilting on top of that.
You didn't, I was asking if you ran it edge to edge.
Oh
all
yeah,
the
if
way,
I ran,
so-
I could totally do it edge
Good.
to edge, but because they were just, especially some of them really lend themselves to edge
Right.
to edge. But I was actually in a hurry, so I was like, I just put a few on, just a smattering.
Okay.
So now we have got another one of yours, Jason. We have Handmade Sayings, and there are 5 in this collection.
Yes. And if you've ever quilted, you should understand them.
Yes, for sure. Or even if you've made something, you will understand this. We have Made with Love, Not Perfection. Isn't that the truth? Friends and Stitches Hold Life Together. This quilt is a hug you can keep.
This might be my favorite, but I'm not sure.
My favorite is this one, Handmade with Beautiful Flaws. And then also my other favorite.
This is my favorite.
Yeah.
If you're a little sassy or edgy.
Yeah, this took forever. You better use it.
I'm telling you, that's my favorite. So.
That is great.
But I like this one too. So.
And so then when you were stitching it out, when you were digitizing it, and working on it, what were you thinking about?
Well, okay, so a lot of times what we try to digitize in a way that, one, you can change the colors, right, of your words. So we will digitize in a way that will allow you to do so. We also try to avoid as many thread traps as possible. That's one of the things that we're kind of famous for, right? We're definitely known for not having thread traps. So we digitize in a way that tries to minimize that. You can't minimize all of them, but some of them, most of them you can. So that's why you'll stitch, let's say, quilt first and then hug second and then do the green lettering so that you don't have thread underneath. So
that is fantastic.
It's one of our goals.
Yeah.
So
you guys do good work over there.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We try.
Yeah.
This is also, we have a card collection that is very much this style.
Very similar style. So, yeah. I love it. I mean, just the sort of quilt block motif right there. Definitely. I think I'm going to do a lot of those.
I'm going to do a lot of this too. So that's one of my favorites.
That is one of our Spree exclusives, but we have 2 Spree exclusives this month. Oh. So our next one is Celebration Pennants.
Yes,
and it's Pennants, not Pennants.
Pennants. Okay, we have 5 of these.
5. I love it, and you have 2 of them to show different colorways underneath.
Because you can change your colors.
Because you can.
Please change your colors.
You're giving permission. I love it.
Yes.
Okay, what do we've got? We've got Be Kind, XOXO. This is my favorite. Sew Team Sew, and we actually have them in different colorways underneath.
It's my favorite too.
Sew Team Sew. Mm-hmm. Yay. And then we have a blank one.
We have a blank, so
you could customize that.
Definitely customize.
You could have a name.
Or an applique.
Or an applique.
And when you sew this in there, if you would just fold over your ribbon, then you can mount that either on a hanger.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Or you can put it on a rod.
Right.
Well, it has a rod spot.
Right, we have that channel. So right on here, there's a channel so that you could stick it on a rod.
That's correct. So to digitize, it won't come out the top. It'll go in the bottom though. So.
And if you do the rod, then you can do your ribbons the opposite way so that there's more of a fun decorative element.
Yes.
Or like this way, like you were saying.
And these are all on felt.
They are all on felt. You could do them on fabric if you wanted to. You might want to do something like maybe a stable stick cutaway on the back to support it, or at least fusible woven just to give that fabric a little extra oomph.
I would do fiber form. That's just me personally.
You would do fiber form?
People might not like it.
But fiber form is really fun.
That's right.
It's like sewable cardboard.
Yes.
It is super fun.
And it's washable.
Jason, I know that you are a fan, just like I am, because I've seen that you use our designs in your personal life as well. You make surfboards, which I did not understand how you could make a surfboard with our embroidery designs until you showed me.
Okay, fabric inlay. So I basically embroidered a piece of fabric and then stuck that into the surfboard.
That is amazing. So you are a fan of OESD just like me, and you're probably wondering, how are you going to get Spree Club?
Well, tell me.
I will tell you. You are going to become a member on our website, which is OESD/Spree Club. I think it's going to be down here. And you definitely want to become a member because that is your way to get all of our designs straight to you as soon as they are released, right at the beginning of the month for $59.99.
So if you get the Thomas Kinkade, you're basically buy one, get 7 free.
It is.
That's right.
It is. It's buy one, get 7 free. I like the way you think.
Yeah.
So you have to do it. You just have to get them. And the fun, exciting thing is that you can also become a member of our Perfect Stitch, which is our Facebook group. And I get a lot of inspiration in seeing what people put up for their show and tells, as well as they're asking questions like, I want to do a patch, what stabilizers do I need?
Right.
We also have our YouTube channel,
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. That's right. And that way you're not going to miss anything that we do, any of our stitch alongs or our stitching shorts. Lots of fun content on YouTube as well.
Tons of content on YouTube.
Tons of content.
If you need to learn anything, you can do it there, for sure. I'm serious. I went there before I started working here, and I was
It's
getting
like,
into it.
how do
I spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, me
So-
too. Me too. My husband is like a YouTube junkie. But anyways, I think that's it for us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. I totally appreciate it. Happy stitching, and we'll see you next time.